So here is my custom program for Snakes and Ladders game. At first, let's run the code. So here it is asking to press the space key to start the game. Now we will select the level which we want to choose. So at first, let's select the hard level. Now the terminal is asking us to enter the player names for. So here is the name for player one and name for player two. Now on to the game. As you can see, the name of both the players have been printed here, and the position of the players has also been printed here, which is one for the initial position. Now we will press the A key for the movement of the dice roll of player one. So as you can see, the when player one Roshan got 3 on dice, then it changed its position to player 4, and since it is on the ladder bottom, it moved to the ladder top, that is on the 15th position. So the current position is 15 now. Now for the player 2, we will have to press the L key. Now here he got 4 on the dice, so it reached the position of player 5, as you can see. Now let's play the game. As you can see, the player one got 4 on his dice, so it moved to the position for 48. Now let's move to player two. You can say that player one won the game, so Roshan is declared as the winner. Now the terminal is asking if we want to play the game again. For now, we will say no. Now on to my code. First, I have defined the player movement for player one, as you can say in the in move player function with the integer data type. So at first the reference of current position and dice roll is passed. So here is declared if new position is equal to current position plus dice roll. Now on to the for loop, which determines the position of the snakes, the position after the player collides with a snakes or a ladder. So if the new position of the player is equal to the vector variable snake heads, then it should reach the snake tails. And similar for the ladders, that if the new position is equal to ladder bottoms, then it should be equal to the new player should be reach the top of the ladder. And here it is a condition that if the new position is less than board, then only the new position should be returned, else the board 100 by 100 should be returned. It is only a default condition. Now similar condition is for second player, as we need second player. Now onto the string now onto the string function to get the player name. Here the name of the player is displayed on the window on the terminal, where you have to enter the player name. Now, now onto the void draw players, where the bitmaps of the player are displayed. At first, there is draw text where to draw the name and display the name and position of the player on the window. Now onto the player positions. Here a variable player row and player column has its passed, and their position have been determined by the board, as the board value of board is equal to 60, and the value of board is equal to 10, and value of tile equals to 60. Now here the bitmap of the board is drawn according to the position, like here, where the tile position divided by 4 plus 5 is the position where the bitmap 1 is drawn, and bitmap 2 is drawn slightly behind it, as you can see. And onto the animate movement, this function is just there so that so that during each turn it takes almost similar time during each turn. Onto the function of void to declare winner. This function is there so that at the end of when if player 1 or player 2 position is on the 100, then it should declare the winner with the player name in it. Now on to the void board 1, which is the easy mode board. Here at first we have passed a variable of string player name for player to get the player input for the name of player 1 and the name of player 2, and then we have declared variables for current player, player 1 position and player 2 position. Now we have loaded a bitmap of board image for board 1, which is easy mode board. Now a while loop starts where the while loop will continue until the player 1 position is less than board and player 2 position is also less than board. If any of this player position is greater than is equal to 100, which is then the loop ends. Now onto the we have drawn the bitmap of the board, and onto the drawing the board numbers, so that it is just there so that we can determine the location of the players more easily and specifically. Here I've given two for loops so that the first one is for the to determine the column and to determine the row, and the second one is to determine the column. For like if I is 0 and j, then j will iterate from 1 to 10 and the number shall be 0 to 9 and the number shall be displayed. And then I will iterate and the row shall also be changing from 0 1 2. And here I have determined the position of the text. Now we have called the function draw place, which we have declared there. Then now we have given an if condition that if current player uh, equal to player 1, then and key type is a key, then a dice roll will occur where randomly numbers will be generated from 1 to 6, uh, and the new position shall be, and we have declared a variable where of new position, and we have called the function of move player here. And we have given an if condition that if the new position is less than or equal to board 100, then animate player movement, which is to determine the movement of each turn. And then we have given a right line dice plus dice roll, where the dice roll shall be displayed in the terminal. It is just there so that you can see that the dice roll of each dice is displayed in the terminal for player 1 and player 2. If player 1 position is equal to board star board, which is 100 position, then the declaration of winner will be occurred with the name of player 1. Else the current player will shift to player 2. Now if current then for player 2 there is the similar interface for the player 2. Now void board 2 is also similar to void board 1. Here we have declared the bitmap. Here we have determined the board numbers and and player movement for both the players. Here I have declared the vectors uh, for both snake heads, snake tails, and ladder heads and ladder tails. Now on to my main function. In the main, we have first made open window, and then we have loaded bitmap of to display the start screen and then drawn the bitmap, and then we have displayed the text so to tell the user to press the space key to start the game. And then we have made a while loop so that the while loop will only continue when the space key is pressed. And on to the next, we have made a do while loop where we have made a switch case so the user can switch between both the boards, that is board 1 and board 2. And then we have declared different snakes and ladder positions for both the boards. As you can say, in easy mode there are lesser positions of both snakes and ladders, while in the hard mode there are more snakes present. And we have also entered default value to enter the correct value. Default case to enter the correct value. Now onto the onto the replay mode, we have declared the bool function of replay. Now we have given an if condition that if replay choice is equal to y, then replay is true, which means that if replay choice will be of user will be y or yes, then the loop will continue and user can play the game again. Otherwise, the game will end. And we have also given an invalid condition so that user should only enter between these two. And then the loop ends. If the replay condition is true, then the loop will continue. Otherwise, the loop will end. So this was the code for the Snakes and Ladders game.